Welcome back to the channel, and today we went to Harbor Freight and picked up a 2-in-1 Brad staple gun. Okay, this is made by Banks. Okay, and we want to show you guys a little bit about it. And we do have a pin nailer from Banks here. We want to go ahead and show you that one too, and explain to you a little bit maybe for you beginners out there what I use these for and how I use them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out with this and explain to you just a little bit about maybe the size. If you go buy one of these and you're kind of confused what size nail or brad goes into it or what size staple goes into it. Okay, so these go by gauges. Okay, so you have a 16 gauge and there's a couple other ones, but normally it's the typical ones are 16 gauge and 18 gauge. So when you go buy the gun, you got to make sure you buy the staples that says it. And it will say it on the package like it does here on the gun. It'll say right on the package, right at the top, just take your time looking, it'll say 18 or 16 gauge, just match them up, okay? And also, what size it uses. So here on the back of this box here, it actually shows you that the brad itself can go from a 5/8 of an inch all the way up to a 2" of an inch. That's 2 inches. And then your staple can go from 5/8 to 1.5 inches. So you want to try to stick with that, because I have a staple gun that can go all the way down to a 1/2 inch all the way up to 2 inches instead of 1.5 inches, and you can do that with brads. There's a lot of different things. So if you ever see some of the different ones in there, just kind of match up what's on the box, the gun you have at home or the gun you're going to buy. It does hold between 70 and 120 pounds. I don't recommend anybody use 120 pounds. That's a lot of pressure, I think it is. I would go like I normally do for my guns, all of them all set about 90 pounds. Okay, and also when I set them on there, I make sure that it's coming out of the, because there's 2 gauges on there. It's coming out of the tool side. The tool side says 90 pounds, not the tank side. Okay, so this one here is a 2.6 pounds, so the weight of the tool is going to be 2.6. Let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, of course we have a manual, and we do want to look into the manual, just kind of go through it, because manuals do have a lot of things in it. So if something happens to this gun and you might need some parts, because you can fix these pretty easy. I actually have parts for my other ones hanging up here somewhere, but I bought extra pistons and little shafts and rings and things like that, seals for it. But if you keep this manual book here, keep this book with you, it'll actually get a place where you can actually call this company up and say, hey, where can I get this or this, or they'll send it out to you. Of course, it has a lot of different things in it, so you definitely want to keep these. Okay, so don't get rid of these, because it always helps you out in the future. Because I've had guns for many years, and I have a Craftsman over there I've had for probably 35 years, and it still works good. Okay, they do recommend you to put daily oil. That's what it says on the back of here, or it's going to void the warranty on it. I don't know what you're going to have unless you pay for it. I didn't pay for extra warranty on it, so I just bought it because it's really expensive. I think it was like $30, something like that. It was on sale. And it does have a nice little grip. It has the exhaust up here on the top. Let's take a close look at it. There's an exhaust. And you can turn that exhaust, depends on which way, if you're left-handed or you're right-handed, so it doesn't, shoot back and hit you in the face. Okay, so you do that. Oh, they should have gave you something else. They give you, oh, I guess it is. They normally give you, everyone I've ever seen, they gave you some kind of little tool, and what that little tool is to go ahead and make sure, you don't have to tighten them up now, but if you feel they're loose, you might want to have to go through and kind of do a little maintenance on your tool and tighten things up real nice. It does have a trigger adjustment for air, so if you want to adjust that, that's fine. Basically, when I think they come out of off the market like this, they're really good. They're ready to go, because they don't want you messing with it. They just want you to go ahead and use it and just have a lot of fun. It has a little windy. That's a good one. It has a little window loader up here, so the staples, the brads go on the outside like this. Okay. And then we load this up, and it tells you that it has a little window that tells you for staples in it. That's pretty nice. Just kind of say, hey, there's still some in there. Okay, so the staples I keep calling them staples, and they're not staples. But the brads go on the outside, and then on the inside here, we put the staples. They kind of set down like a little saddle right there, and they, you know, like this, and that's where your staple is going to go. Okay, they do have a clean out right here in the front, and that makes it pretty nice. Pull those staples out of there. It's got a little clean out, so if you get something stuck in there, you can, it's easy access to get into and clean that out at all times, so you can still use it, you know. But if you ever do get them stuck in there like that, most of the time why that happens is, you know, I'd say because you use staple gun a little bit too fast. But other than that, I've never really had too much trouble with it. Clean out here, nice little lock. This is plastic and stuff in here, but I think it worked really well for a good many years. And then of course the trigger's a little plastic, but it looks well built. I mean, I've got my real expensive ones. I mean, ones I spent a couple $100 for. That's, you know, basically I can't see much difference, and that's a cast, so yeah. Okay, in the back here, you can just pull a little plug here, and you put your oil in it. You normally just stick like maybe, if you're going to use it like 2 or 3 times, you know, like every day or something, you're going to use it, and you're using a good bit, you might want to add a few. You don't want to add too much in it. You do, it'll start blowing out up here, and it's a mess. It's all over the place. So you actually want to add maybe three drops of oil in it. If you're going to use it a lot, if you're just going to use it like this day and then maybe tomorrow or something you're not going to use it or something like that, you can go 2 drops, but you'll learn how to use to put the oil on it once you start using the gun. But like I said, if you put too much, it's going to shoot out here, and it's all over the place. When I first started, you know, many years ago, I kind of did that one of the guns, and it was just leaking down all over the front and everything. It was just disgusting. But yeah, let's go ahead and try a piece of wood here, and let's go ahead and put the brads in there. So like I said, the brads slide here in the front like this, and then we load it up. Now, like I said, I would recommend about 90 pounds. Let's say 70 to 120. You can adjust it the way you want. It might be, if you got hardwood, like maybe oak or something, it might take a little bit more pressure, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I just don't think 120 pounds for even this gun here would be pretty safe to use, but you could. It's up to you. So we got a couple pieces here. Let's put a couple here. I really like these 2-in-1 guns. Really nice. Feels good. Yeah. Put that staple right down in there. Of course, you can adjust that, for sure. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think there is. Yeah, there's an adjustment right here. Now, some of them have an air adjustment on it. You might want to set your air down in your compressor a little bit if it's driving those staples down in, because I don't see an adjustment on this. Because my other ones have actually an air adjustment on it, and you can adjust that air, how much air goes through the gun that shoots that staple out. You know, so if you got into softwood, you wouldn't be putting the staple down through the boards, you know, too far into the board. It'd be right where it's supposed to be. You can adjust it, but I don't see this on that gun. But I know if you change the air pressure on your air compressor and maybe adjust it that way, it works just fine. So that's your brads right there, and that's pretty neat. It's neat how you do that, and then all of a sudden you just take one of your staples, slide them up on the top there. Let's go this way. Now, well, I already put them together. Let's go this one and this one. But I still got staples in there. That wasn't too bad. The faster you pull the trigger, but it has to be down, okay? So the gun has to be down like this, and then you pull the trigger. Just make sure this exhaust is shooting somewhere else. It's not in your face. So yeah, so that's a real nice one. Now, when we come here to the pen, you know, a lot of people like using the pen just basically to hold something on. Not actually to make it permanent where it's going to stay there. what you would do is just say for instance, you're making a little character or some type of little face, and you made some little wooden eyes and you wanted to stick them on there, but you don't want to notice that big staple, or sometimes a staple will split the wood or something like that, or the brad wood. So by using these, you can actually, this is really nice to have this if you're doing crafts. I mean, it's great. They're really small, little tiny things. And so when you're using this thing, and say you're, like I said, you're putting them little eyes or something on, you put the glue, it just kind of holds it there while that glue sets and dries, and it keeps you from just not, holding that little eye on there and say, okay, well, it's almost dry, it's almost there. But by putting that little pin nail in them, it's really neat, because you can't see it. I put it in there, but you can't see it. See what I mean? But it's right there. So it's just, you just can't see them, and that's what's nice about the pen. But these are getting pretty. I'll tell you what, they're getting to be pretty good guns. I do really believe that Harbor Freight's changed over the years, and they're putting out some pretty decent products and warranties on it, different things like that. So when you're starting out woodworking or crafts, if you like doing crafts, these are really nice guns to have. Just make sure you match everything up when you get in there, and make sure if you need help, ask somebody at Harbor Freight. They'll come back and they'll help you out to match up what brads or what staples you need. Same thing with this little gun here. Same thing. They're really inexpensive. It's a lightweight. Both of them are. And I think they're really good for the price, especially when you're starting out. You don't want to put a lot of money into things right at the moment until you find out that you're really interested in doing woodworking, and if you have that passion for it, that you want to stick with it, then you can start moving up further and further, because that's how I started. I started out really slow with some Craftsman tools like this, but they were Craftsman at that time. And then over time, I really liked doing woodworking, and I started getting better and better tools. But it is true, the better the tool, the better the cut, and the better the product is going to come out, and the faster the product is going to come out. And you just got to start with them little tiny steps, and then find out if you're interested. Don't buy the stuff, then find out, well, I don't like doing it. And then you get all them tools laying around. Because I can go on Facebook, and I can find these crazy tools that people buy, and real expensive tools, but then they're not interested in no more, and that's crazy. But me, I got stuff that's been around here for 30 years, and that's how I started. Okay, that's it for today. So I hope you guys maybe you like to go buy this tool, or they're not paying me for this stuff. It's just that I think it'd be a really good deal for somebody to, especially somebody starting out. Okay, all right, that's it for what we got today. So if you can, hit that like button, I appreciate that, and share the video, because somebody else might want to learn a little bit about how they work, and maybe they would want to buy one. So okay, you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.